Should we get into the actual people you've come to see rather than me? And our first speaker is Cath Holland, and she's going to be bringing down the patriarchy, I hope.
Yeah, Scorchio. Okay, so when I was a girl and a teenager, I was endlessly frustrated by my male counterparts being taken more seriously than I was. And I assumed very naively that when I grew into adulthood, built a career, bought a house and whatnot, I'd be taken more seriously. I am not. And as I've moved into middle age, I found that the older you get as a woman, there's more derision thrown in your way than any other time. As a middle-aged woman, I'm 56 years of age. I just assumed, but I don't know when the perfect age is for women to be taken seriously, is what I'm saying. Whether it's so anyway, Greg Wallace a few months ago, you may remember, did an Instagram post complaining about middle-class women of a certain age. So he played the class card also. Of a certain age was middle-aged women. And what he was doing was saying to other men of his type, they're coming after you next. And it was the most blatant misogyny against middle-aged women that I've seen out of my own space for a very, very long time. And it made me think what the patriarchy thinks women are for. Are we valued for our fertility, for our ability to provide sex, for our caring, for our childbearing? So do you suffer from middle-aged invisibility syndrome? It very much exists, and sometimes I do view it through like a comedic lens, but also it can actually be very, very upsetting to be actually invisible because of your age. And although we can use it to our advantage, I do not condone shoplifting under any circumstances, but we do need to have the upper hand at some point. This is my handbag that I bought during the pandemic, and I'm very proud of this handbag, and lots of women admire this handbag. And I was on a bus about a year ago, and there was a young couple, late teens, in the aisle, and the lad said to the girl, look over there, it's Mary Poppins, staring at what I was wearing. And I was furious, so I shot him a dirty look. But when I got home, I was talking to some friends of my age, and they were saying, actually, what that man does not realise is that he's giving you a compliment. Why not be Mary Poppins? You know, she can do magic, she's great, she can fly, she can do all these things. So the patriarchy does not see the good things that we see in ourselves. What we see as pluses, the patriarchy does not approve of. I was in a call with some colleagues on International Women's Day, and one of the young lads called Camilla a harridan. And I thought, harridan, what does that mean? I sort of knew what it meant, but it's strict and bossy is how the dictionary describes being a harridan. And I think as a woman in today's society, when you're fighting the patriarchy, you need to be bossy, and you need to be all those things in order to survive. And menopause is another way that the patriarchy attacks middle-aged women. All these descriptions, psycho, makes you crazy, forgetful, itchy, bitch, all the other things. Whereas the feminist lens looks through it as a positive thing, as a new dawn, a new beginning for us. Men are washing as well. The patriarchy and capitalism get together and sell us lots of crap that we don't need as menopausal women. We do not need special clothes. If anyone's having a hot sweat, just work on. We do not need special clothes. As a middle-aged widow myself, and all my middle-aged widow friends, we are the recipients of lots of scammers who pretend to be middle-aged widowers who are pilots. That's another example of how that literally is capitalism and the patriarchy trying to attack vulnerable women. Yes, we are vulnerable, but we're not stupid. Yeah. Lots of cliches about women with cats. That's my Gladys and Dorothy, the best cats in the history of the world ever, by the way. But should you meet a man who has cats, well, he's seen as being caring and independent and all the other things. Annoying inspirational memes. One of the phrases that I really hate is smash the patriarchy, because it makes it sound like breaking it down is the easiest thing ever. when really, if we really do want to dismantle patriarchy and the ageism that goes with it, is that for men and women to work together on it, it's like any sort of prejudice. Homophobia, racism, classism, it needs to be a group effort. Yeah, that's the, this is me of a weekend. That's the way middle-aged women are portrayed in the cheesier end of things. So yeah, men and women work together and break down the patriarchy and the ageism.